The Dell XPS 13 has always been considered one of the best and sleekest premium productivity laptops in the market, so it goes without saying that the same applies to the latest iteration of the XPS 13 right here. This, coupled with the fact that its price has actually dropped quite a bit since its launch last year, makes the XPS 13 a really good buy for anyone that's looking to shop in this particular segment. If you're wondering if this laptop is for you or not, keep on watching this review of the XPS 13. Before we get to the review, there is a little bit of a disclaimer here. We received this unit of the XPS 13 from Dell itself, but rest assured we will not be biased or mislead you guys in any way. We are mentioning this disclaimer as a form of transparency so that you guys will know. Now let's talk about the Dell XPS 13 itself. This particular model that we have for review here is actually a slightly older variant with Intel's 10th generation Core i7 processor. But beyond the different processor, this variant of the XPS 13 is not that different from the current model with Intel's 11th generation Tiger Lake chip. It still has the same display, design, keyboard, and practically every single hardware that matters. So what are the positives of the XPS 13? Well, for starters, there is this stunning 13.4-inch 4K touch-enabled screen. It is an absolutely sharp screen with vibrant colors, very good brightness, and all in all, it's a display that you come to expect from a premium product like the XPS 13. It's also worth noting that this display has a 16:10 aspect ratio. Compared to a narrower, more conventional 16:9 screen, this display has more vertical space, which makes it ideal for a lot of productivity tasks. Another aspect of the XPS 13 that I really like is its solid build quality. It feels like a high-end premium laptop through and through, and I really like the texture on the palm rest area of this white model. It feels very unique, and it's something that none of its other competition really have. And then there's the performance of the XPS 13, which is, as expected, very good. After all, this model has a 10th generation Core i7 processor, and even though it's a little bit older, it is still very capable. It's also worth noting that the XPS 13 can do some gaming on the side. Naturally, I tested Genshin Impact on this machine because it's a game that a good integrated GPU should be able to run well. In the case of this XPS 13 with Intel's UHD graphics, it can run the game reasonably well, but there are some room for improvement here. Of course, this won't be an issue with the Tiger Lake variant of the XPS 13 because it has a more powerful Iris X graphics. A good productivity laptop absolutely needs to have good battery life, and in the case of the XPS 13, this is definitely the case. On average, I can get between 6 to 7 hours of use on a single charge. Keeping in mind that this is a compact productivity laptop with a sharp 4K screen, this is respectable battery life. Last but not least is the keyboard of the XPS 13. Although it doesn't offer a lot of key travel, making for a shallow typing experience, I do like the pronounced tactile feedback and the soft bottom out of the keys. On top of that, I'm also quite surprised that this is a very quiet keyboard. Have a listen for yourself. We've covered the positives of the XPS 13, so now let's talk about the negatives. Throughout my time with the XPS 13 as my daily driver, one of the biggest pain points of the laptop is the fact that it has limited connectivity options. After all, it only has two USB-C ports, so if you need to connect a USB-A device, you would need to use a dongle, which is at least provided by Dell in the packaging of the laptop, I guess. Aside from that, there's also the steep asking price of the XPS 13. At launch, the base model of this laptop with a Core i5 processor retailed at 6,399 ringgit. For that kind of money, you're also getting 8GB of RAM, 512GB of SSD storage, and a full HD display. Thankfully, the XPS 13 is actually quite a bit more affordable right now since its launch last year. You can now purchase the very same base model for only 5,399 ringgit. That's a whopping 1,000 ringgit discount. At this price point, the XPS 13 is really looking like a really good buy compared to its previous price tag. So should you get the Dell XPS 13? Well, if you want a premium productivity laptop in a sleek, compact package, the XPS 13 is a no-brainer. And again, given that this laptop now starts at 5,399 ringgit, it's a good buy for a premium productivity laptop. You're also getting great battery life, an absolutely stunning screen, and of course, a very sleek looking laptop. And that's our review of the Dell XPS 13. Leave a like if you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and always stay tuned for more good stuff to come here in Next Riff.